Welcome back to Fifth Gear and welcome to Beijing. This is the world's fastest growing luxury car market, and I'm here to put the new Bentley Flying Spur through its paces. Over the last decade, luxury car sales in China have rocketed by 36%, with over 1 million sold in 2012. So if the Flying Spur can't cut it in Beijing, Bentley might as well go back to the drawing board. Business is booming so quickly here that Bentley have had to open 12 new dealerships in 2013 alone. And they expect 60% of all Flying Spur sales to be from here, China. The Flying Spur is Bentley's fastest ever four-door, thanks to a twin-turbo W12 engine. But with Beijing at almost constant gridlock, it also needs to be easy to drive slowly. Beijing is just so densely populated. There's 20 million people living here. And there's over 5 million cars, which doesn't count crazy things like that, motorised rickshaws, electric bicycles, all kinds of madness. So in order to drive a car out here in China, I've had to get my provisional driving licence. And here it is. They also gave me a Chinese highway code, although I suspect I'm the only one that's looked at it. People just stood in the middle of the road. Despite weighing 2.5 tons and being over 5 metres long, the Flying Spur is easy to thread through these streets. Oh, sugar plum fairy. You sit up high, which gives excellent visibility. Stone the crows. I think I just hit that woman. And the steering is light and accurate. Although it's madness outside in the rush hour, it's ever so quiet and composed in it, as you would expect. The levels of comfort are immaculate, as the adjustable suspension is actually softer than its predecessors. It's airbag suspension system on this, and going around town on these terribly potholed roads, it's got much more of a magic carpet ride than it used to. Bentley has gone to great lengths to keep the car quiet and calm. The doors are shaped for minimal wind noise, with soundproof glass all round. They tested 12 different tyres before settling on the most refined. There's even special acoustic underfloor panelling to absorb road noise. Inside here, you've got 10 metres squared of wood veneer. That's a huge amount of tree in this car somewhere. And then you've got 14 whole leather hides. So that's 14 complete cowbacks somewhere in here. Bentley expects their Chinese customers to be chauffeur-driven during the week before taking the wheel at the weekend. So I'm going to swap seats. This is where the action is on the Spur, because this is where Chinese consumers really want to spend their money. So you've got a normal armrest here, beautifully stitched, but pull this down, you've got yourself a proper fridge. And I'm currently chilling some Bin 65 Chardonnay, just in case. Interestingly, most Bentley buyers in China are between 25 and 35, which explains the focus on infotainment and connectivity. The car's got its own Wi-Fi hotspot and this box of tricks which allows me to control almost everything from the back seat. Get this, I can tell you what speed my man at the front is driving, and I can tell you what distance we've covered, and I can tell you what the time is according to my Breitling clock at the front. I can also casually put the rear blind up without needing to fumble for any buttons. It's all here. I can do all the aircon from here. I can do the aircon at the front, so I can tell the chauffeur how hot or cold he or she should be. So now I'm going to control this screen here. I'm going to start playing around. This works as a mouse. So as I run my finger around the phone, it's acting as a mouse on this big screen. That's world domination for you. I like it. I like it back here. I've got plenty of headroom, although I'm not totally convinced I've got more knee room than I would have in a long wheelbase Jag XJ or an S-Class Mercedes. Around town, the new Flying Spur is quieter, smoother and more refined than before. from the front seat and the back. But Bentley should thrill as well as soothe, so I'm going for a blast out of Beijing towards the Great Wall of China. I've not had a chance to really uncork it yet. This gives me a chance to stick the Big B into sport mode and start playing with these paddles. So I like the fact that the paddles for the transmission are fixed. In other words, they don't turn with the steering wheel, so it's just like a race car. This thing's four-wheel drive. It puts all 616 horsepowers down to the ground straight away, no messing about, through this mechanical four-wheel drive system. The grip is astonishing. You just don't think of it as being a 2.5-ton Luxo yacht because you can kick into corners and it will just bear hug you on the tarmac. It's something else. The Flying Spur has conquered the traffic jams, the highways and the back roads of Beijing. In a city where owners want rear seat luxury and front seat thrills, it feels totally at home. £140,000 is a lot of cash. But as this is a car to suit every mood, I reckon it's excellent value.